Hi, my name is Felipe Silva, and I will be doing part B of the assignment or part that I wanted to do. And for the first question, it just basically was the difference between Hispanic and Latino. And for the newer terms, Chicano, Latinx, how did it emerge, and who tends to use it? And the difference between Hispanic and Latino is mostly Hispanic connects with more northern, um, I guess you could call it Spanish speaking countries such as Mexico, which I can name one, which my family is from, and Latina or Latino is mostly for countries such as El Salvador, Chile, or anything that's more in Central America and some southern. And for the newer terms, Chicano, Latinx, or Latin, it emerged for well, basically they mean that I know Chicano means that basically they just use the people who use them are basically people who tends to read or people that were born as whoever Spanish speaking countries that were born here from families who are fully blooded. Basically just means they're part of their family but not fully blooded, if that makes sense. And those are the people who tend to use it the most. And that's it for the first question. Second question is just summarizing an article of my choice and what I learned from it and the tensions between slang groups. So the article I chose was from Shift Chevry, Why Do Mexicans and Salvadorians Have Beef by Sarah, published on November 5, 2024. That basically she just talked about how there's no tensions, not real tensions, only tensions she really marked between Mexicans and Salvadorians is that most Salvadorians, my bad, are jealous or want help with their own country since they're living in a tough area where they are in poverty. Where in the Mexican side in their country, the my people, I could say since I'm Hispanic or Mexican, are living free and not living carefree, quote unquote, which I don't believe because I know parts of Mexico that are in poverty as well. And basically, I don't really agree with the article because there's way more tensions. There's not because Sarah the person who wrote it says there's not real tensions. There is tensions because the example I could talk about it's just the traits. Honestly, it's just traits because they just clash between Salvador and Mexican. They just clash and they have opposite traits. They're prejudiced stereotypes between both. Mostly Salvadorians, I could say, since their country used to be very dangerous for the government, um, being corrupted and being siding with gangs there. Basically, that's all I could say as my opinion. And that would be it for the second question. For the third one, I will identify myself as Hispanic. And the reason why use the term Hispanic as part of my identity is to since I went to a trip to visit my hometown where my family lives in Guadalajara. I saw how they're hardworking and full of traditions that I really like. And it made me proud to use the term as an addition to my identity. For me, knowing the term came from a family of mine that went through so much, but filled with happy traditions and basically just family moments, which I'm very happy to use for. And the second part, since I'm not Latino or Latinx, is something that surprised me that in the report, which is from Pew Research Center, about 1 in 4 U.S. Hispanics have heard of Latinx, but just use 3% of it. By Luis Nos Bustamante, Lauren Mora, and Mark Hugo Lopez. Is that basically there's a chart there that surprised me the most. That most, even younger age or the older age, don't have heard of it, of the word Latinx, but most don't use it. Which is surprised. But the reason I feel like they use it is that they use more of their more family terms, such as anything, such as mine is Hispanic. because they feel proud to use the words as part of their identity. Because if they use these other words, I feel like from my perspective, it feels more like not appreciating, but it's not fully appreciating that they're family, but makes them feel more independent. But I feel like having that term makes it more like relatable, such as my mom being the same thing, and my dad and my brother. And yeah, that's basically, and that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. And once again, my name is Felipe Silva, and thank you for your time.